All right, let's dive right into this explainer and solve a massive headache for photographers, marketers, and digital creators everywhere. Processing hundreds of images fast. Welcome. Today, we are tackling a topic that usually scares people off, bulk image processing. But don't worry, we're going to turn this complex, messy workflow into a few simple, actionable steps. I want you to think about all the time you've spent manually resizing images, tweaking colors, or painstakingly copy-pasting metadata from one single file to the next. You know that feeling, right? Sitting there, clicking, saving, just wishing there was an easier way. It's tedious, it completely kills your creative momentum, and quite frankly, it is a massive waste of your highly valuable time. So here is our roadmap for today. We'll start with the batch processing problem, meet the visual heavyweights, uncover the metadata missing link, explore Exif Injector's unique value, and finally, build out the ultimate no-code workflow. Let's kick things off with part 1, the batch processing problem, and why coding tends to leave us creators behind. For the longest time, batch processing felt like this super exclusive club built by developers for developers. On one side, you have the code-based approach, things like GIMP's Script-Fu syntax or ImageMagick command lines, where honestly, one tiny typo ruins the entire batch. It's incredibly powerful, sure, but it's totally alienating. But today, we are focusing entirely on the no-code dream. We're talking visual interfaces, checkboxes, and sliders. Moving right along to part 2, meet the visual heavyweights. These are powerful visual tools that completely bypass the terminal. First up, we have a total classic, IrfanView. If you're on Windows, you probably know this one. It's been around since the mid-90s. It makes batch conversions, format changes, and watermarking an absolute breeze. You literally just press the letter B, and boom, the batch conversion dialog pops up. It gives you this super straightforward menu of checkboxes and sliders that supports modern formats like WebP, HEIC, and TIFF without even breaking a sweat. Next on the list is XnConvert. Now, this is a true cross-platform powerhouse for Windows, Mac, and Linux. The coolest thing about XnConvert is that it lets you build this drag-and-drop pipeline from over 80 different editing actions. You can resize, crop, throw on a watermark, and then, here's the kicker, save that exact pipeline as a preset. It even has a watch folder feature that automatically processes new images the second you drop them in. Then we've got FastStone Photo Resizer. Think of this as the simple specialist for Windows. It is blazing fast for quick jobs using a really intuitive dual-pane Explorer interface. You just grab your files on the left, build out your queue on the right, and honestly, the absolute best part, the real-time side-by-side previews. You get to see exactly what your batch is going to look like before you commit to processing hundreds of files. And rounding out the heavyweights, we have GIMP. Now, normally, GIMP requires you to write code for batch work. But the BIMP plugin, which stands for Batch Image Manipulation Plugin, slaps a completely visual interface right on top of it. It's a fantastic way to access professional-grade filters and color corrections in bulk, completely skipping the native scripting. Game changer. Which brings us to part 3, the metadata missing link. Let's talk about where these visual tools actually fall short. Okay, so these visual tools, they are fantastic for manipulating pixels. But here is the massive catch. While they resize and watermark flawlessly, absolutely none of them can generate new IPTC descriptions or keywords for your images. None of them. And if you look at the standard tool for batch metadata, ExifTool, it relies 100% on manual command line input with zero AI assistance. It's a huge gap in the workflow. So let's jump to part 4, Exif Injector's unique value, and how we bring AI-powered metadata generation into the mix. Enter Exif Injector. This is a web-based SaaS tool built specifically to tackle bulk metadata generation. And the real value here, why this is such a massive deal, is how it seamlessly fills that giant void left by the visual editors. It's not going to resize your images. Instead, it injects massive value into your workflow by making sure your photos are deeply searchable and totally platform-ready. And it does all of this with absolutely zero coding. The way it actually pulls this off is pretty incredible. It uses AI to completely wipe out the grueling task of manual keyword research. You just upload your images, give it a little context, and the AI automatically generates titles, descriptions, and up to 50 IPTC keywords per image. 50!
It has full EXFI, IPTC, and XMP support. It's perfectly optimized for stock platforms like Shutterstock and Etsy, and since it is entirely browser-based, there's zero software installation.
All right, final section, part 5, the ultimate no-code workflow. Let's combine these visual and metadata tools into one unstoppable pipeline. As you can see here, no single tool does absolutely everything. Visual batch processors like XnConvert are total champions at resizing and watermarking, but they strike out on metadata. On the flip side, Exif Injector handles AI keywords flawlessly, but it won't crop your pixels. But when you pair a visual editor with a metadata generator, you brilliantly cover all your bases. Your ultimate workflow really just comes down to these 2 simple steps. Step 1. Process your visual edits, your resizing, your watermarking, your format conversions in a powerful free visual tool like XnConvert. Step 2, take those beautifully processed files and just drop them into Exif Injector. Let the AI generate and embed all that highly searchable metadata for you. The result? You get a fully optimized, web-ready batch of hundreds of images without ever touching a terminal command or writing a single line of code. You've now got the ultimate no-code toolkit literally right at your fingertips. By combining those visual heavyweights with the incredible AI intelligence of Exif Injector, the old batch processing bottleneck is officially a thing of the past. So the real question isn't just how many hours you're going to save this week, it's what you are actually going to do with all that reclaimed time to completely scale your creative business. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer. Get out there and start batching.
Your images carry more than pixels. They carry your brand, your location, your copyright. With Exif Injector, you inject the right metadata into every photo. Exif, IPTC, XMP. In bulk, in seconds. Whether you sell on Etsy, Shopify, or stock platforms, your images finally speak to search engines. Give life to your images. Visit exifinjector.com. Start free today.